Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I'm really excited about today's topic because it's something that affects all of us on some level. Why do we always seek more and never feel satisfied? No matter how much we have, it often feels like it's never enough. We constantly strive for more success, more wealth, more recognition, and yet, no matter how much we achieve, we still feel a sense of emptiness. What does this happen? In today's video, we are going to explore the underlying reasons behind this endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. If you've ever felt like no matter how much you achieve, you're still not content, or if you find yourself constantly looking for the next thing to satisfy you, this video is for you. Let's take a deep dive into the psychology of our desires and why we can't seem to ever feel completely fulfilled. We live in a world that constantly feeds us the message that we need more money, more success, more followers, more possessions. This is the narrative we are bombarded with every day. The media, social platforms, and even the people around us reinforce this idea that if we just have a little more, we'll be happy, content, and successful. But the truth is, no matter how much more we get, it's never enough. Why do we always feel like we need more? Why is it that even after achieving significant milestones in our lives, we are still left wanting more? The answer lies in understanding the nature of our desires and the way they're constantly fueled by external sources, rather than being rooted in our own inner sense of contentment. Take the example of Jennifer, a woman who had achieved many of the things she'd dreamed of. She had a successful career, a beautiful home, and a loving family. But despite all of her accomplishments, Jennifer never felt truly satisfied. She was constantly comparing herself to others, trying to keep up with the latest trends, and always striving for the next promotion or bigger achievement. The more she achieved, the more she wanted. And yet, each time she reached a new milestone, the feeling of fulfillment was fleeting. Jennifer's story is not unique. Many of us experience a similar cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. We work hard to achieve our goals, and once we reach them, we immediately set new ones, thinking that once we achieve those, we'll finally be happy. But this cycle never seems to end. So, what is the root cause of this endless desire? One key factor is the way our brains are wired. Humans are inherently driven by goals and the pursuit of rewards. This drive has served us well throughout history, helping us survive and thrive by constantly seeking better opportunities and striving for improvement. But in today's world, this drive has been amplified to the point where it can become overwhelming. We are constantly told that we need more, and our brains are conditioned to respond to these external stimuli, leading us to seek more and more. But there's another deeper factor at play here, the idea of external validation. Many of our desires are not born from an internal need for fulfillment, but from a desire to be validated by others. We want to prove ourselves, to show the world that we are successful, worthy, and capable. This desire for approval and recognition can become a never-ending pursuit, as external validation can never fully satisfy us. Let's look at another example. Michael, a successful entrepreneur, had built a thriving business from the ground up. He had all the external markers of success: wealth, status, and recognition, but he never felt truly happy. He was constantly seeking approval from his peers and clients, and every time he received a compliment or acknowledgement, it felt good for a moment, but it quickly faded. Michael's happiness was tied to how others viewed him, and as a result, he was trapped in a cycle of seeking external validation. The problem with external validation is that it's always fleeting. No matter how many accolades, awards, or accomplishments we accumulate, the validation we get from others is never enough to fill the void we feel inside. And so, we keep seeking more approval, more recognition, more success, believing that this will finally bring us the fulfillment we desire. This brings us to an important realization: true satisfaction comes from within. External achievements, while valuable, can never fully satisfy our deeper need for fulfillment. When we tie our happiness and sense of worth to external things, we are setting ourselves up for perpetual dissatisfaction. The key to breaking the cycle is to shift our focus from external validation to internal contentment. But how do we do that? How do we break free from this endless cycle of desire? The first step is to shift our mindset. Instead of constantly seeking more, we need to cultivate gratitude for what we already have. Gratitude helps us recognize the abundance in our lives and shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. When we stop focusing on what we don't have and start appreciating what we do have, we create space for contentment to grow. Another crucial step is to develop self-compassion. Many of us are constantly striving for more because we believe we are not enough as we are. We think that if we just achieve more, we'll finally be worthy of love and respect. But the truth is, we are worthy just as we are. By practicing self-compassion and accepting ourselves, flaws and all, we can begin to break free from the cycle of striving for external validation. Let's also look at the role of mindfulness in breaking free from the cycle of desire. Mindfulness teaches us to be present in the moment, without judgment. When we are mindful, we become aware of our desires and can observe them without being controlled by them. We can notice when we are seeking more out of a desire for validation, and we can choose to let those desires go. Mindfulness allows us to cultivate an inner peace that isn't dependent on external circumstances. One of the most powerful mindfulness practices is simply learning to sit with discomfort. Often, our desire for more comes from a place of discomfort or dissatisfaction with the present moment. We think that if we just achieve more, we'll finally feel okay. But the truth is, we can learn to be at peace with the present moment, even if we don't have everything we think we need. As we conclude today's discussion, I want to leave you with a final thought. True fulfillment comes from within. We can achieve all the success in the world, but if we are constantly seeking more from external sources, we will never feel truly satisfied. The key to breaking the cycle of desire and dissatisfaction is to cultivate contentment, self-compassion, and mindfulness. When we shift our focus from external validation to inner peace, we can finally break free from the endless pursuit of more. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it has provided you with some insight into why we always seek more and never feel satisfied, and how you can begin to find true fulfillment. If you've experienced this cycle in your own life or have thoughts on today's topic, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might benefit from this important message. Until next time, may you find contentment in the present moment and peace within yourself.